Okay, I'm lucky because I have startup as well as large cap here. So I would ask one question. If you, Spencer, could change something of how enterprises get innovation going, what would you change? Let's pretend we're in fairy tale land.
So, fairy tale land. The first thing I would say is that I would want Natalie to be at every single Fortune 500 and Global 2000 business on Earth.
Love that.
Yes, and they would too, because I think that an innovation group is really important. I just feel that people, again, they play to their incentives. And so in a large business, it's very rarely somebody's primary job to think about how do we innovate and bring technology into the fray. I've often thought that it would be really nice to see more upside, like personal upside. I've often felt, and maybe this is, controversial, but a bit of a disconnect between what's good for the business and what's good for the individual across many functions. And what's really good for the business, this is to your point originally, 45% of CEOs feel that their company is not going to exist or is going to be way worse in 10 years. That's a shocking statistic, and it's actually true. Now, how do you end up in this very weird global minimum instead of a global maximum? It's that people look at it and they say, if I do nothing wrong, then I will be fine. And if I do something really innovative and great, I will either be in trouble because people are like, why are you shaking things up? Or if it goes really well, it's not clear that I'll be rewarded. I feel this all the time in procurement. If suppliers don't ship, I'm in trouble. You stop the line. If everything goes great, then people just expect it to happen like running water. And so I'd love to see in the procurement world incentives for people to drive better performance. And in the innovation world, if something really drives a huge outcome, I look at the sales world. If you go sell a $10 million contract, you're getting $1 million commission. If Natalie brings into her business a company that can actually drive $100 million of P&L impact, I would hope that they would be willing to give her that sort of eight-figure paycheck, but that's not the reality of the world that we live in. So I think if there was more balanced personal incentives aligned with taking these risks and a little bit more protection around those groups, I think that would be the rising tide that raises all ships in this space. But that's just my personal opinion.